The project manager of the Downtown Jackson Choice Neighborhood Plan, Hakeem Crampton. Hi, Hakeem.
Hi, Bart. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome back. So this might be something new to our viewers. They might not have heard that we're working on a solution for housing. What is the Jackson Choice?
Yeah, so it's a great opportunity is really what it is for our Jackson community, specifically for the Jackson Housing Commission in partnership with HUD, Housing Urban Development, to develop a real robust plan for our community that is in dire need of housing supports. So the Choice Neighborhood is a planning period for us right now, for us to plan to develop an opportunity for our community to grow and expand downtown housing development for our lower income community. Specifically, Reed Manor included in that downtown development.
How many units of housing does Reed Manor consist of?
So roughly a little around 200 or so units, and of course there's more than 200 residents there. It's been an old building. It's been there for roughly almost 100 years or so. And there's an old part, and then there's newer parts to it. And so beyond, of course, the need for physical rehabilitation and development, just the overall planning process for a community, right, to meet their housing needs, specifically housing needs in the downtown area. And that's what this plan is about. How do we meet the needs of our downtown community?
Yeah, so we've seen new apartment buildings go up, and they've filled up just like that.
Absolutely.
From low income to high end,
yes,
they're all filled.
Yes.
So
yeah.
you need to determine, well, we already know we need more housing. So you want to determine what, where, how, all the things.
Yes, what, where, how, to whom, to how best suit and fit those residents. Particularly if we're talking about, downtown development area, this would be an opportunity for downtown development residents themselves to be a part of the planning process, which is a little bit different from some of our other projects that we've seen, some of our housing projects downtown. The community wasn't directly involved in the planning phases. This plan for us, in which we have our next open house meeting next week or so, April 20th and 19th, gives us the opportunity for the community to continue contributing. We've been working on this plan now for about 18 months or so, the planning phases, the various writing of the planning grant, and then actually getting involved in developing it. We've been bringing in partners and having community-based meetings already over the last year. And now this is the phase where we are inviting the community to come in and really contribute to helping us really establish and rank some of the project ideas and some of the project housing developments, so we can really look at them from the community's point of view and what's going to work for them. How is it going to really serve their best interests?
So this is really an unusual opportunity, because HUD has essentially given us a pretty decent sized grant to do all this research and investigation and community information gathering.
Yeah, absolutely. HUD is investing, a lot into this opportunity. The first opportunity is the planning opportunity for us to really plan this project. And if the plan is a successful plan that we submit, then that would mean that this community could really receive, millions of dollars in development, downtown development housing.
So if we do our job right,
absolutely,
we could benefit.
Absolutely, and that's why participation in this meeting is important.
So we've got a meeting, but we've got two different sessions. One for the community. Let's talk about that first one. That's coming up on April 20th. And where's that going to be?
So this is going to be at the Jackson High School cafeteria on April 20th at 5:30 p.m. And that will give residents an opportunity to come walk right in. We're going to have an open house structure. There'll be workstations that will really showcase each of the plans that we've developed so far and some of the planning projects and ideas. And everyone who comes in will be given some form of capital, right? Social capital, so to speak. The value to your idea. And you'll get to go use your money, your capital cash, your value, to go place and to help us rank some of these projects that most suit and fit the needs of our community. And that will showcase our partners, our collaborations. There'll be, infographics about all the data we've received. They'll showcase our planning development, and the community will really get a chance to be interactive.
And you also want to hear from young people.
Yes, the youth on the 19th, the day before, we'll be at the Jackson District Library upstairs in the McIntyre Room. And we'll be engaged in a youth panel. One of our ambassadors, her name is Shy. and she will be leading that discussion. And kind of be the same interactive discussion, asking youth, how would you be impacted by this new housing development in the downtown area? And what do we as the downtown development area, what will we need to suit the needs of youth coming into our downtown area? There will be youth living in the downtown in and around area, so we need to accommodate that as well.
So you've probably already heard things from people, and I'm sure like Reed Manor residents have probably said, oh, we need a grocery store that we can walk to. So are those the kinds of things you're looking for?
Those are top of the list on our issues. Actually, our first project is called Food and Fit. It's an early project idea we're working on right now. And that will factor in importantly right now in this discussion, because we know we're dealing with food crisis to access, food sovereignty access, right? And so communities of poverty aren't really able to access quality food at affordable rates. And so how do we make that really accessible as a part of the actual plan? So there are ideas that talk about how do we integrate that into the downtown living housing.
So there's potential that Reed Manor will be redeveloped, and it could wind up being completely demolished and rebuilt or replaced. So that creates another, we could have a temporary housing shortage while that process goes on.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that is a part of our plan. Should we get the opportunity to redevelop or rebuild Reed Manor, we'll need to rehouse. We'll need to temporarily relocate, and that's a part of our plan. So hopefully we'll get a chance to acquire some major real estate in our community and begin that planning phase. So we'll project what it's going to look like and how we can actually do that in an appropriate time, in a feasible manner that really helps the residents, stay stable.
So the city is looking at housing with two areas: one, homelessness, and just overall shortage of housing. How much of homelessness is part of the Jackson Choice?
It's critical to it. We recognize that at Reed Manor, we have a lot of homeless population that are there, that we have a lot of services through our case management program that are there that benefit the homeless population. So that is key to the housing redevelopment plan. And so, yes, there's things going on in the community. There's talks, with regard to T.A. Wilson, helping, work with the city and forming a partnership that would be both, stable and, generational, right? So people can generationally move out of poverty, out of homelessness into stable housing and transition into their own independent home, for example.
All right, community meetings and youth workshop coming up. And if anyone needs more information, you've got a website. It's here on this flyer, jacksonchoice.com. Great to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And good luck.
Thank you.
A lot to undertake. From Jackson Choice and the, what is it's called? Jackson Choice, right?
Yeah, Jackson Choice Neighborhood.
Jackson Choice Neighborhood Plan, Project Manager Hakeem Crampton.